Hi there. How about a tropical theme for a birthday card? I think this is such fun. And it introduces our new bottle-shaped treat cups too. So we will take you through the dies we'll be using. The birthday wishes from our Expressions line. We have a new tropical hibiscus finishing touch. Here is the bottle die that matches the treat cup. It's called Message in a Bottle. And this is the new Island Paradise. We've got these beautiful palm trees, and we're going to be using the little seagulls too for this one. Okay, so I'm going to start with a piece of coconut white card that is 7 inches by just under 6 inches in size. And what I want to do is just cut a cloud die. So I'm just going to actually kind of do some little scallops around. This is very random. You can see there's not a lot of thought to it. Just keep turning your scissors until you get that little scallop look so we can get the impression of a cloud. Simple as can be. So I've cut another one. You can use 2 together to get a different look, whatever you like to do. So I'm going to just start to create a sky, and we're going to use the color clouds. I've got Frosted Sky here, which is the paler of the 2 colors, and Summer Sky. It's a little bit deeper. I think it's easier to start with the lighter and then move it around and go on to the deeper colors. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So just starting in a corner, kind of moving your stencil around, and just going off the edge, we'll start to get that light, billowy look coming across. And I'm just turning it a little bit as we go and moving it ever so slightly. There we go. Overlapping it. Just putting in a little bit of color there. And you can just see it's just barely starting to peek through. And I'm just going to do the top half here. So now I think I'll bring in a little bit of the darker shade. And just start up in the corner, just so I know I've not got it too dark there. There we go. Just tip it, move it, bring it around. Add a little more if you like. And if you start from your stencil and work outward, you don't tend to get it too dark. But you can just move it across, and wherever you have some really bold areas that need a little bit more, just sort of turn it. Just really easy to create a nice little sky look on your background of your card there. I think that's really nice. And if you want, you could bring in a 3rd color if you want to do some darker bits. But I love just the soft look of that coming through. So you can just see I've got really, really lovely softness to that background. I'll pop that off to the side now. So the next thing I want to do is cut an aperture. Now this bottle die has been done with the bottle shape on the actual bottle die. That is what you'll need for your treat cup. So I'm going to pop that into place right about there. I'll just give it a little bit of tape to hold it. That looks pretty good, and I think I'll put 2 pieces on that. Go. Now I'm going to use that piece that I cut out in a bit, so we'll keep that one handy. Get my tape off of that. Okay, oops. And to get the outline for the bottle, you'll use this one and the outside edge, and I've gone ahead and cut one ahead of time so you can see what that'll look like. So just give you a little more dimension around the outside, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, so next thing I want to do is put my bottle into place. Now I've gone ahead and I've already sealed it. I put a little bit of sand or crushed rock in there, some seashells, and then I just thought it'd be kind of cute to put a little piece of parchment rolled up with a little ribbon around it, kind of like there's a, you know, a bottle floating out to sea. So we're going to pop that in just like that. So I find it's easiest to do 2 things. I'm going to use a little bit of glue and then some of the double-sided tape, or excuse me, the single-sided tape. Okay, so just a little bit of glue. So that will pop it into place. And let me grab my single-sided tape here. I'm going to pop that down. And you want to make sure that you've sealed this up with a bit of acetate really well before you put it into play. So that's why I went ahead and did mine ahead of time. And I'm going to just put a couple pieces here, and that'll help keep it nice and secure. And then the glue will kick in and seal it really nicely there. Okay, so now you can see the bottle coming through there. We'll go ahead and add a little bit of glue to the back of our outline, just to put that around the edge. There we go. That should do the trick. Pop that into place. And I want to bring in the piece that we cut, but I don't want any of my glue lines to show, so I'm going to add it onto another piece of card, a little glue. And then we should be able to line that up in the back here and have that fill in around it really nicely. So I'll just put a bit of glue there. Pop that down and just sort of line that up. So you'll even get a continuation of the clouds coming through from that. Okay. So at this point I can go ahead and put this onto my background. And I've decided just to do a white on white matte layer for this. There's quite a bit of color coming through with the flowers and the other items. So pop that into place. There we go. Okay, so the next thing is the palm tree dies. Now you have a right and a left facing palm tree here. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and cut the palm tree in KRAFTCARD, and then I've gone ahead and cut the top part again in a green. And I just took that little bit of the stem out. So we're going to add a little bit of glue here, and then we'll put that on top. In fact, I'll tell you what, it'll be quicker. We'll just do a little bit of spraying on that one. Pop that right over the top of that. Line it up. There we go. So now you've got a really cute little palm tree showing, and then I'll add some glue to the back of this, and we're going to pop that onto the background. Little bit of Cosmic Shimmer glue down all of your fronds and on the trunk, and that'll work. We'll pop that right off to the edge here, about like that. And the other one, I've added a little bit of mounting foam to the back just to raise it up a tiny bit, and that will just kind of sort of crisscross right about there. Let's do that. I went ahead and cut the hibiscus out of a little peach and a little straw-colored card, and I've added a tiny bit of spiced marmalade around the edge here and a little bit of mustard yellow here, and the little stamen just pokes into the little hole there so you can tape it or glue it onto the back. So I can pop those onto place with a couple of glue dots, and we will put this one down in the corner. Oops. There we go, and I'm just going to have it coming off the edge of the bottle there. And the other one above it a little bit. Tuck that right over the edge. Oops. And I've got some of the leaves that are cut to go with it. I've just done those out of the same green as the palm tree, so we can put those right under the edge of the flower. A little bit of glue there. And the birthday wishes I went and cut out of KRAFTCARD, just so it would go with the theme and that tropical feel, really rustic. I'm going to use a little bit of spray glue on these. Give them a second. And I've doubled them up. So I'll put the birthday wishes on first. And that will fit right across like that. And the wishes underneath, like that. And the last thing it really needs are a couple tiny little seagulls in the sky. And so I'm just going to use a little bit of glue, pop these on, put one right there, put one over here. And the last one, we can go right here. They're very tiny, but they just look so pretty. And I've just got a little bit. You can even leave the wings coming up a little bit. I've just put a little bit on the body to glue them into place. There we go. How cute of a card is that? I know I would love to receive a birthday card like this. Hope you've enjoyed this, and you'll get a lot of use out of our bottle treat cups too. It's a fun shape to work with.